Have you ever felt like you're just grinding away, putting in all the work, but that big break, it just never seems to show up? It's a really frustrating place to be. I get it. But what if I told you there's a powerful mental model that could completely change how you think about all that waiting? A way of thinking that's helped so many people stay in the game just long enough to finally win. It's called the Barbershop Rule. To really wrap our heads around this rule, we've got to start with a story. So picture this, a performer, center stage on Broadway. The lights are just blinding, the place is packed. I mean, this is it. This is the moment they have worked for their entire life. But then the music starts and nothing, just silence, a total disaster. Overwhelmed by all that pressure, not a single note comes out. It's a complete soul-crushing failure. You know, the kind of public crash and burn that you think nobody ever recovers from.
Okay, now let's fast forward. Not just a little bit. We're talking 30 years, 3 entire decades later. We're back in the exact same theater. But this time, it's a sold-out triumph. The very same person who completely froze on that stage is now getting a roaring standing ovation. I mean, what an incredible journey, right? From a career-ending moment to the absolute peak of success.
That's the real question, isn't it? What on earth happened in that huge 30-year gap between just crushing failure and unbelievable success? It wasn't some random stroke of luck, you know? It wasn't a fluke. It was the result of a very specific and very powerful way of thinking about just sticking it out.
And that secret, that guiding principle, well, that's what we're here to talk about today. The Barbershop Rule. This is the idea that explains how someone can hang in there for 30 years and turn everything around so completely.
So what is it exactly? Well, the barbershop rule is really just a simple metaphor for persistence. The whole idea is built on this one core belief. Opportunities, they don't just magically fall out of the sky. No, they come to the people who are there, who are actively present, engaged, and ready to go in their field, especially when it feels like nothing is happening. It's all about playing the long game.
The entire philosophy is captured perfectly in this one simple, kind of folksy, but honestly profound quote. You hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later, you're gonna get a haircut. That's it. That is the whole idea in a nutshell.
And here's the most important part of that, right? This is not about just passively waiting around. It's about being actively present. You can't win the lottery if you never buy a ticket, and you definitely can't catch your big break if you've already left the game. You have to be there, you have to be in it to win it.
Okay, this all sounds great in theory, but how do we actually do it? What does hanging around the barbershop even look like in the real world? Come on, let's break down how you can turn this idea into an actual strategy.
Let's just translate this metaphor real quick. The barbershop, that's not a real place. It's your industry, your field, your community, your craft. Hanging around isn't just loitering, you know? It's active participation. It's learning, it's networking, it's creating, it's being prepared. And getting a haircut, well, that's it. That's your big break. That's the opportunity you've been working so hard for.
So, how do you put this into practice? It really comes down to 3 key steps. First, you just have to show up consistently. Be a known face in your barbershop. Step 2, you have to be prepared. It's not enough to just be there, you have to be good. You have to hone your craft relentlessly, so when someone finally calls your name, you are ready to deliver. And third, you've got to stay patient. Remember that 30-year timeline. Sooner or later can feel like forever, but persistence, that's the thing that makes all the difference.
All right, let's bring all this home. We've seen how this rule worked over 30 years for one performer, and we've broken down the steps. So the most important question now is, how does this apply to you?
I really want you to take a second and think about this. What is your barbershop? Is it the tech world, the art scene? Maybe it's a local community group or your freelance career. Where's the place you need to be hanging around to get your shot?
Because, you know, that's the real takeaway here. Opportunities are out there, but they're not going to come knocking on the door of someone who quit the game 5 years ago. There's always another chair opening up for someone. So stand your shop, keep sharpening your skills, be ready. The next chair is open, it's time to take a seat.